Good morning and welcome to the Brenda Perryman Show right here on TV 33 WHR, Comcast 90 in Detroit and Oakland County and all over the world via the World Wide Web at www.tv33whpr.com. And we have a great announcement to make to you this morning, a November to remember. And didn't October go fast? November to remember, celebrating the installation of our new tower antenna here at TV 33 at 160 Victor in Highland Park, November 22nd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's the grand opening, and we invite you to come. Have local celebrities, musician Stanley Johnson, waiting for a confirmation from the Enchantment. We've also spoken to the manager of Bernadette Stannis she was Thelma on Good Times, and we have the support of L.J. Reynolds of the Dramatic. And so we have some dignitaries coming. It's a great day, truly, truly great day because we are expanding. And now we have something, especially for you people who have children, you people who are, well, how should I say? You're into the arts like I am. And I have first for you Carol Huffgardner. How do you,
Yes, that's correct. Yes,
oh,
thank you.
boy,
Good job.
the ability to break up those syllables. And we have Terry
News,
Tanous.
yes.
And good morning, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
And
morning.
Terry, you're with Lear.
Lear Corporation, yes. I'm in marketing communications.
Okay, and Carol, you're with Art Road, and didn't you start it?
Yes, correct. I'm the founder of Art Road. We bring art class back to schools in Detroit.
And that's been the complaint of many people. They've taken the arts out of schools. What does art do for school children?
I know what art did for me when I was little. Art gave me the confidence to go out in the world. So I actually traveled the world through arts. And now what I want to do is with these children is bring back what I had when I was little, that sense of joy and accomplishment. When my art was hung up in fourth grade at the library, boy, did I feel like the cat's meow. And I'm like, hey, I'm kind of good at this. So what I want to do is bring that feeling back to the
And two,
students.
you had people who encouraged it.
Absolutely, my parents, and I had art teachers. So now to really see that children don't have art class, it was astounding to me. So we volunteered for years, and then I said, hey, a little girl knocked on the door and said, Miss Carol, you're giving these kids art in this fifth grade class, but I don't have art, and I'm special too. So these children are special, they're creative, and we just want to bring art back to them.
Now, what schools have you kind of adopted here in the area?
Yeah, great question, Ms. Perryman. We are at Edison Elementary School in Detroit. We've been there over 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Charles Wright Academy of Arts and Science, they have 800 dynamic, gorgeous, intelligent, talented students. And Spain Elementary School across from Children's Hospital.
Well, Terry, tell us about you. Where did you, first, I should have asked both of you where'd you come up and how you got involved, but where did you come up?
I grew up in Troy. Both of my parents were artists, so I was very fortunate to really enjoy the arts growing up. I mean, when most kids were in dance class or playing sports, I was in art class, and I absolutely loved it and thoroughly enjoyed it. My plan was to be a famous artist. I was a starving artist, and I got into automotive design, which has been a great opportunity for me. And really, all those tools and skills that I used growing up in art class, I use now every day.
And you're with Lear Corporation, right?
Correct.
And what you have to do is globally. You're
Correct, correct. Our team is responsible, well, really for all of Lear. We're seat design, fabric and leather, electrical and electronics. So worldwide, we're in about 36 countries, about 120,000 employees.
is that Lear seating too?
Yeah, Lear seating as well. Yes, we're a leader in performance and luxury seats. So a lot of design, material, fabric and leather. So really, when we connected with Art Road, there was an instant feeling of appreciation for the arts, and a number of our employees, both in engineering and in design, have volunteered at Art Road.
Oh, is excellent. Now, you usually have students that are from inner city schools.
Yes, correct. So right now, when
They've
we're
been
on
the
TV
hardest hit.
Yes.
Absolutely. So when we're on TV right now, our artist is teaching at Edison Elementary. So
Oh,
we
that's
see
fabulous.
600 students a week right back in their curriculum. Because the schools have the art room, but they just don't have the teachers anymore. So we're bringing it.
Well, a lot of people, they just didn't, well, they see that there's no room, so, or they're cutting back on teachers, and people are looking for a career. And so that happens sometimes when I graduated from college 1,000 years ago. And when I told my mother I was going to, well, first I told her I was going to major in drama. And she said, "You'll starve." I said, "Well, then I'll teach it." I had to do this. It was something I had to do. And she didn't understand it, but I understood that they were looking for something they thought would be sustainable. And a lot of people do not consider the arts sustainable. And I went on to teach it, but I've also gotten the opportunity to direct, and I've directed over 100 plays. And I've had students who came to school mainly for drama, or I've seen them come for arts, or I see them come for music. Something about the arts really engages the student. And in what I did, I told my students, you have to be good across the board, not just here, because I want you to advance out of here. So I think that what you're doing is very, very important. And let's talk about the event.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Terry.
Well, the event is at.
Well, first,
Yeah.
let's talk about this dog.
All right, all right.
This is a dog, everybody. It's so cute. Can you pull it back a little
Sure.
bit so the
Yeah.
audience could see it in the light? And what is it made out of?
This is made out of paper mache, and then hundreds
Wow.
of students clayed each section of the dog. And so he is named Art Dog, and we have hundreds of, I apologize, dozens of art dogs that the students have clayed, and we've actually then sold them to help bring art class, keep art back in the schools.
Wow. This is just fantastic. And you even told me that they built a 5-foot art dog.
Yes, we did. So very fortunately, one of our partners is Mercedes-Benz Financial
Wow.
Services, and they are a best world place to work internationally. So we're really proud. I mean, how many corporations have that designation? So they, with their employees, helped us build 6 5-foot-tall dogs, and then the students had the clay dogs on stage, named all the clay dogs, and then had a play based around the dogs.
Oh, you see how much they're using? You see, that is so important to get our young people to expand their thinking and to think critically. And the arts does so much. It just does so much. Also, you said there were dog houses?
Yes, we actually built dog houses with some of our friends and partners at Brightwing. So they helped, and they'll be on display actually at our event next week.
Wow, that is just fabulous. And I have some comments here, but has been the response? What has been the response from young people, from even your peers, to this program?
Well, one of our experiences, we did a couple of special projects we called Kids in Cars, where we brought in some of our designers, and there was 2 different projects. One was where we brought in industrial designers, and they talked to kids about what they do in the product design. And we brought in a seat, and we asked the students to design what they think a future vehicle would be.
Wow.
And it was great. You wouldn't believe the things that they came up with. Of course, there was all sorts of technology.
Of course.
But we had bubblegum machines. We had a lot of mirrors, a force field between the brother and the sister, so that he couldn't touch her side of the car, and she couldn't
Wow,
touch
now
his.
that's very interesting, because I know as a parent, when my children were riding in the back, he's touching me, he's hitting me, he's teasing me, and then you're in the front and you're trying to reach back, you know. So that's a very practical thing in a way
Yeah.
when you have little ones.
And it was great because not only could we talk to them about product design and possibly about having that as a career goal, but it was interesting. Before we left, the students wanted to bring extra sheets home so they could continue to design ideas for
See?
future seats. And then probably the biggest thrill for me is when I left and I saw the kids taking their masterpiece out to their parents and showing them what they were able to design. It was just absolutely fantastic. And so I think it's more than just the arts, it's about that creative thinking.
And it's about the future or ambition, another piece of ambition they could get. Because one thing I note about students, once they're successful, they see that it could be a reality. Sometimes it's parents who, you know, want to stay so practical, but what they did with you, and they're trying to take it to another level, they want to do more. And arts are infectious.
Yes, absolutely. They're just craving the arts. And sometimes we have children
Where did you grow up?
in Dearborn.
Oh,
Not
okay.
far from
Not
here.
far.
Not far, right. So we have children that are literally crying at the end of class because they don't want to leave. And one kid said, Miss Carroll, I want to live in the art room. So that's how much they understand. They get it. Children understand. And as adults, we try to quantify or capture or statistics. But we're all creative beings. And it's a fundamental need to want to create. And so that's what, with the power of our partners, can provide is the students are right now having art class because of Art Road and our great partners, and for you highlighting us. So
Oh,
they get it.
that's no problem, because anytime the arts come, I'm here, you know. Oh, by the way, everybody, I have Godfrey Dillard, who's running for Secretary of State. He's on in our second segment. Had to get that little piece of commercial in. But I wanted to tell you that what you're doing is so fabulous, but you're having an event. Can you tell us about that event?
Sure. The event is called On the Fridge, and it's celebrating 10 years with Art Road in their existence. This is their 10-year anniversary. And so the event is November 6th at our Global Product and Technology Center at 8 and a half in Telegraph
In Southfield.
in Southfield, Michigan. And what we're going to do is we have some live entertainment music we have a couple of high school bands that will be playing, as well as a indie singer. And then we are going to have at the event examples of all the different projects over the last 10 years. And it's really going to be, I'll call it like a gallery walk through the last 10 years.
Wow, this is
of
nice.
Art Road.
You know, I can see people wanting to buy some of this. Seriously.
But
This
we will have a silent auction with some local artist pieces as well as some of the Art Road pieces.
Oh, that's fabulous, because art gives you something else in your home. It just changes the atmosphere, don't you think?
It does.
And so the event is November 6th.
Correct.
And who's welcome?
Well, I'll let Carol kind of talk about where they can get more information,
Yes.
but we're really welcoming anybody who has passion for the arts and for potentially volunteering or getting involved with Art Road.
You know, there are a lot of artists out there, some of you guys, who are very good, but if we don't teach one, we won't reach one. And there's always room for us to do more as far as helping the young people, as far as continuing your legacy, because how many people will say they were affected by you? So tell us, Carol.
Absolutely. If you'd like, you can go to our website, www.artroadnonprofit, all one word, .org.
Artroadnonprofit.org.
Thank you.
And on that site, we'll see.
So on the site, you will see all the information for the event, and then you can click to register, so it's pretty easy. And donations welcome at the door.
Right, right. Oh, and we have the videos. We have some videos. We're talking, so I forgot the videos. I just got so into it. So they'll be playing one in a second if it's the video. we have two sets of things. Oh, look at there. Those are the pictures. Can you describe this?
So this was what we call a color and trim exercise where we provide seats, and we talked a little bit about some of the
Wow.
technologies that we have with our fabric and leather. And then we asked the students to use those different types of technologies in their seat design. And they were just,
Those seats.
aren't they absolutely beautiful? And you can just see kind of the variety and the creativity that went into the seats.
And you could see the pride.
Yes, absolutely. And that we also taught them about the different types of constructions. So I think there was a really good sense of what it takes to be a seat designer. And this was another project with that we used Kandinsky circles, and they designed
Kandinsky, the artist.
the
The
artists,
artist.
yes, and that was the inspiration. And then they were asked to come up with some designs, and they actually physically designed those circles onto one of our what we call our mini seats.
Wow, that is fabulous. That is just fabulous. And they are so happy. And what I noticed about the seats, like some of them had like a zebra print and then polka dots on the bottom. And that I see where that goes in line because they're creating outfits like that
Correct.
now too.
And it's inspiration, really.
Look at all the kids.
Yeah. And it's inspiration for our designers as well, because these are future car purchasers,
Right,
and
right.
to really understand the types of things that they would like to see in a vehicle is inspiration.
What is
for
that?
us.
Oh, what is that?
Those are 7-foot tall ladder sculptures that we built with teams. We welcome teams from organizations and companies to come in. So Lear Corporation had a ladder team. So we painted thousands of cans, assembled it onto ladders, because for a 10-year anniversary, a typical wedding gift is aluminum. So for 10 years, we did these
Wow.
aluminum sculptures with the students, just to show them, we do a lot with pen and paper, and our artists are phenomenal. So what we did is talked about collaborative art and different scale
Did they
and
draw
sizes.
the seats?
We had some light drawings, because I know a lot of times with kids, sometimes the most they get anxious when there's a blank piece of paper. So
Yeah.
we showed them some examples, and some kids did use the guide that we provided, and then others designed their own. And there was some just absolutely amazing talent there. And you can see this one is actually their own design with some side wings for a flying
Yeah,
seat.
I see that.
There's the bubble gum machine, which I want to have in my vehicle, hopefully as soon as possible, and an under cushion cooler to keep your pops or your snacks cool.
And that would be good on a long distance trip.
Exactly.
Wow,
A
that
lot of
is
really,
fabulous.
really great ideas.
Fabulous. And the people working with them are,
Industrial designers, some of our color and trim designers, but really we have volunteers from all over finance, engineering, and it's amazing. You'll go to the classroom, and all the craziness that's going on in your world just absolutely disappears.
dissipates.
Yeah.
If we have a video, I believe, also. If we have that, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, well, we may not be able to show that, but I think showing the young children and their pride and their artistry, their creativity. The bad thing about creativity is that people get older, they tend to lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Correct.
And I think that that's so important because even in Japan, they want students who think outside the box because so many of their subject matter and everything was very finite. And so they started, if you did not think out the box, you weren't going higher. So it does, and it allows us to improvise and so much. There's so much going on with the arts. It's so much. So ladies and gentlemen, November 6th, but you need to find out about it by accessing www.artroad.nonprofit.org. And that is going to be a wonderful event, and So many students are being touched by this. And I thank you. I really, really thank you for what you're doing. I have to find out more. I
Thank you.
do.
Well, thank you for having us. We really
Oh,
appreciate
it's
it.
my pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, people are making art happen in our schools, and we have to continue to encourage it. So be there or be square. We'll be back in just a moment with Godfrey Dillard, and I want to remind you that we're having Table Talk this morning at 10, and I have two of the actors from Motown, the musical. So we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
Yes, thank
It's been a lot of fun with either group projects or individual projects. This program is really good with the volunteers and the instruction that goes on. It's from a very high level, so we're very proud of the program that we're running.
Well, currently Art Road volunteer teaches art on a one-day kind of schedule. If they were to receive more funding, I'd like to see perhaps 2 or 3 days, where more children could be afforded the opportunities to have art on a perhaps weekly basis versus a monthly basis.